सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। चिदानन्दमहाकाश सङ्काशहृदयाम्बुजम् रामस्वरूपतत्त्वज्ञं पूर्णविद्यागुरुं भजे। या देवी स्तूयते नित्यं विबुधैर्वेदपारगैः सा मे वसतु जिह्वाग्रे ब्रह्मरूपा सरस्वती। Welcome to this discourse session. Let us begin with this question. What is it that is encouraging us to attend a program like this? What is it that is encouraging all of us to attend a program like this, to come to satsanga, to do a committed swadhyaya? What is it? This question is important because the popular opinion regarding religion and spirituality is never admissive of this kind of activity. People go to temples. In Bay Area you have many temples. Livermore and in Sunnyvale, many temples. People flock. People go to temples to register their complaints and sometimes to submit some petitionary prayers, sometimes to chant few hymns which they never care to understand, never care to appreciate import of them, always mistaking disappointments and disorientation to be devotion. This is the popular idea of religion. I sometimes wonder, what is it which really opposes spirituality? Is it atheism? Is it materialism? What exactly is that which stands in opposition to the real and genuine spirituality? To me, it occurs this popular opinion of religion, the so-called societal religion, the so-called social spirituality. This is ever antagonistic to real religion, to real spirituality. That is the reason Mahatmas do not wish to go to those kinds of places. In temples you will find many people, not saints. Rather, I would say, saints are not welcome in the temples. Temple people don't like them. They like people who have some prestige, who hold some office, who have some power and influence. Not the one who teaches the spirit of religion, not the one who encourages the true spirituality, not the one who kindles the devotion and wisdom. Therefore, situation being so, this question is important now. We have to ask ourselves time and again, what is it that is encouraging us to step aside this humongous cloud of religion, so-called popular religion, and notions of spirituality. What is that which is impelling us to attend satsanga like this, to do swadhyaya like this? I insist on this question because finding the right answer to this question is significant in spiritual growth. Finding an answer, what is that factor? Finding that factor, reinforcing that factor in our day-to-day lives, that becomes very important in pursuing the real spirituality. Otherwise, we will be certainly lost by seeing the so-called label, a label of a temple. Temple is a label. So too, few labels announcing this person to be a great devotee. A label of peace, contentment, happiness. We will be lost into such vague religion which is in vogue today. You cannot escape it, that's the problem. Such religion, such spirituality surrounds us so much that it becomes really hard to see through it. Therefore, we must question what is it which is encouraging us to attend a program like this, to read wisdom literature, to do swadhyaya. Recognition and reinforcement of that factor helps us discover a meaningful life, as well as that factor becomes a foundation, a great support throughout our journey. What is that? Upon little inquiry, we can come to the conclusion that factor is some urge in us to become a better person. If you are attending a satsanga, if you are reading a spiritual book with the intention of escaping some worldly problem temporarily, or you are taking to some spiritual practice with an intention of becoming divine overnight, just to tell yourself that you are Brahman. People have such urgency in claiming that I am Brahman, मैं ब्रह्म हूँ. ऐसा बोलने में बहुत आनंद आता है लोगों को. आप हिंदी समझती हो माता जी? What language you speak? Tamil, apdiya, sorry. In between I will give you some Tamil dose also. So, we have such urgency to claim Advaita Vedanta, the highest truth. I am seeing this nowadays. You have not even understood what Ramayana is saying, what Bharata is talking. We are not even successful in taking baby steps. Still, people are ready to chant Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. And there are a few gurus, they also wear a turban like this. They are promoting such songs. Mano Buddhya Hankara Chittaninaham, with so much drum beats and all that. Beautiful song. People are lost into singing them. But do you think that's that easy to say? Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. It is not a song. These are not words that are to be uttered. This is Nirvana Shatkam. Nirvana, when you have understood some reality for good, when you are not able to convince yourself that you are the body, you are the mind, you are the senses, in spite of seeing the body, experiencing the mind, you are not able to convince yourself now. Such is the wakefulness. Then that utterance is meaningful. Otherwise it is not. But still, people are ready. On the day one, they are ready to chant. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Therefore, if your intention and urge is all those things, that some miraculous blessing will give me peace of mind, without my effort, without my participation, my life will suddenly become meaningful. I can escape few laws that bind my life. Out of heavens, some blessing will descend and suddenly I become enlightened. With all those intentions, if you are coming to spirituality, then your spirituality will very soon prove to be a dubious one. Don't think merely reading something, merely remembering something will be of some great help, will really give us spiritual splendor. The Upanishads are roaring. Those who pursue avidya will enter darkness, but those who pursue vidya will enter much more darkness. Ishavasya Upanishad is cautioning us. Andham tamaha pravishanti ye avidyamupasate. Those who are after avidya, they will enter into darkness. Very reasonable, sensible statement. True it is. But here is this bombshell. Tato bhuya ivate tamo yau vidyayagmrataha. Much more darkness they enter who pursue vidya. The Upanishad is telling us that if your intention is not the right one, the outer pursuit of spirituality makes you much more a samsari. Much more a samsari. Therefore, what is that factor? The factor is an urge, an inner call, which is impelling us, asking us to become a better person. Whenever your mind says you are pursuing Vedanta, Brahma Vidya, Adhyatmikata to claim you are Brahman, just tell that mind, no, I am not interested in claiming that I am Brahman. I am interested right now to become a better person. Better person. The Vedic teaching is Manurbhava. Become a human being. Veda at the outset is not teaching us to become Brahman. Tat Tvamasi comes in the end portion of Vedas. But in Veda Purva, Vedas are teaching us to become a better human beings. Manurbhava, become a human being. My Guru once told me that people are ever interested in becoming Brahman, but they have forgotten for good to become a human being. लोग ब्रह्म बनना चाहते हैं, मगर आदमी बनना भूल ही गए. So, this is the call, inner call to become a better person. There is a strong urge in us to become a better person. It is so innate. Whenever we are decorating our bodies, it is because of that urge. I must look better. Becoming better, a reflection of it, an extension of it, an echo of it is I must also look better. Better person. This intention of becoming a better person is the first step in spirituality. It is the first step that you are worshipping Bhagavan. It is the first step which brings in devotion. If you are oblivious to this step, this call, if you are not recognizing it and reiterating it, then the devotion, the wisdom, everything will be a superficial one. Today, at large society is suffering with that superficial spirituality. We are all victims of such superficiality. Therefore, let us come to recognize this fact that there is something in us which is asking us, sometimes forcing, sometimes suggesting to become better. What happens, Swamiji, if we don't recognize all this and still go to temples and worshipping this God, chant these prayers? That's also spirituality. What is such a problem? There is a problem. Actually, there is a problem. Because the so-called common attitude of religion, popular spirituality, however sincere you are, can produce, can promote, can propagate scores of beliefs that support a dogma. Scores of beliefs. Why are you doing this puja? I will get punya. How sure you are? Have you seen punya? Then how you are believing it? It's anuvamshika belief, that's all. Anuvamshika belief. We are told by our elders that by doing this puja, by circumambulating this temple, by doing this abhisheka, you will get some adrushta. It's a belief. And you don't believe it either. You are just blindly following it. You are not believing it. If you are believing, if you have some strong belief, then will your puja, the performance of puja, can it transgress Shastra? Think. Nitya puja, etc., the way we do, how mechanical it is. The hands are offering flowers. Mind is somewhere. The lips are chanting. Heart is somewhere. Who told you that this is puja? Before every puja, you are chanting apavitrah pavitro va sarvavasthangato piva yasmaret pundarikaksham sabahya abhyantara shuchihi. 2 modes of purification is required to commence puja. One is physical cleanliness, and much more important is internal purity. Correct? You chant it? Do you? Yes. Then my question, how pure are you inside when you are doing that puja? How committed are you to render that inner aspect pure? Think. The puja is happening outward and all innards are impure. Who said it is puja? Puja is that which is the result of inner purity. Once the inner purity is ensured, whatever you do, for instance, even if you transgress the outer ones, still it is accepted by Bhagavan. ఏ వేదమ్ము పఠించెలూత భుజగం ఏ శాస్త్రముల్ సూచే తానే విద్యాభ్యసనంబు నర్చకరి చెంచు ఏ మంత్రమూహించే చదువులయ్యా కావు నీ పాద సంసేవాసక్తియే కాక జంతుతతికిన్ శ్రీకాళహస్తీశ్వర. All great saints, great poets, devotees, time and again, they reminded us, still reminding to us that puja is that which is done by the heart, not by hands and legs. If you believe that doing this puja will bestow upon you some punya which will be encashed for some swargaloka, will you do puja like this? No, that means even that belief is superficial. And I tell you, not only this belief, any belief is superficial. It cannot hold you for long. Belief serves you only in the initial steps. The belief must become faith. The belief must become trust. Belief as belief in a long run will be a disaster. The so-called popular religion, the so-called popular spirituality will always produce, promote and perpetuate scores and scores of beliefs to support a dogma finally. Therefore, only this inner urge to become a better person, Manurbhava, I want to become a better person, only this inner urge, when recognized, when reiterated, that alone can foster devotion to Bhagavan. Because in order to become better, I need Bhagavan's blessings. I need Bhagavan's support. I need Bhagavan in my heart. Therefore, your devotion will be a genuine devotion. That alone can foster devotion. Also, that alone ushers in divine wisdom. Otherwise, you will be reading 100 books without understanding a single sentence of the first book what you read. Shabdajalam maharanyam chitta brahmana karanam. Therefore, you should understand this factor in you which is calling you to become a better person. Sri Anjaneya, on his way back from Himalayas, bringing Sanjeevani to rescue Lakshmana on his way back to Lanka, was met by Sri Bharata. Anjaneya was seeing from the sky. What is this astonishment? I saw Ramachandra in Lanka. Now he is suddenly in Ayodhya. Because Bharata looks so similar to Rama. Ramachandra and Bharata look very similar. Even Anjaneya got confused. How come my Lord has come to Ayodhya? Bharata also saw this Anjaneya, who is so brilliant, shining with devotion. Bharata could understand, but he is holding something in his hand, a big mountain. Then Bharata, as he is, ever overpowered by the love for Ramachandra, Bharata felt that maybe he is some asura going towards south. Maybe he may bring some calamity to Ramachandra. Therefore, let me finish him off. Then Bharata took his bow and arrow. Then Anjaneya said, my dear great man, don't shoot me. I am on my way to serve Ramachandra. Hearing this word Ramachandra, Bharata became so quiet and so happy. Bharata invited him to descend down. Anjaneya said, I cannot do that. I am rushing now. I have to make it fast. Still Bharata said, I want to talk to you. Then a simple exchange of few words. Then Bharata asked Anjaneya that why are you following Ramachandra like this? What is that you wish to attain by serving Ramachandra? No one can do this feat, right? Going to Himalayas and bringing Sanjeevani is a great seva. Anticipating what? You are serving Ramachandra like this. Then comes the beautiful answer of Sri Anjaneya. Anjaneya said, I only pray, I only anticipate, I only want to become a better individual. And that can happen not anywhere else, but only in the lotus feet of Ramachandra. I take refuge in Bhagavan's lotus feet. I serve him not to get Vaikuntha or Moksha, but to become a better person. I feel I am becoming better in his presence. This is the spirit of Anjaneya, which we must imbibe. But we have not even heard this episode in so-called Ramayana discourses, right? People are saying, you worship Anjaneya, worship his tail, particularly if you want this desire to be fulfilled, forget entire body and catch hold of the tail. This is not puja. This is paityam. This is not puja. And the toka is suvarchala. Once you start digressing, there is no end. Worshipping Anjaneya is worshipping this ideal that I want to become better person. That is Hanuman. But no one tells you these things. Even in the name of discourses on Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, finally what is happening? Production, promotion and perpetuation of scores of beliefs again. Is it not right? Ram ji ka katha 10 minutes ho gaya, baad mein 50 minutes only some beliefs. Mere beliefs. Therefore, if we want devotion in our lives, we need to understand this call. If we want divine wisdom, jnana, through Vedanta, then we are in requirement of recognition and the reiteration of this inner call, inner urge. More and more we become focused on that urge. We start moving from the peripherals of religion towards knowing the essentials of religion. The essence of religion is spirituality. Don't think religion is going to temples and spirituality is doing meditation. That is not the distinction. Going to temple, still you are ignorant. Doing meditation also, you can remain as ignorant as that person. Unless something changes in you, outer going somewhere or sitting with closed eyes will not make any difference. In fact, it will make us a hypocrite. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasasmaran indriyarthan vimudhatma saha bhaktaha na mithya acharasya uchyate. Hey Arjuna, he is a hypocrite. Why should we want to remain such a person in the eyes of God? Therefore, religion is not going to some place. Spirituality is not closing the eyes. The essence of religion is spirituality. The outer aspect of spirituality is called religion. Avalda. Two are one. They are not separate. Rendu onnuda. Therefore, this appreciation is very essential. Better person. Rather, this must be our mantra. I want to become better. I want to become better. Not look better. Not feel better. The modern day so-called spirituality is you must feel better. To feel better, you go to this Panchakarma treatment. That is also spirituality. You do this Nashyam. You are doing nashyam, but by doing nashyam, do you think samsara nashana will happen? No. Pampering spirituality. Therefore, it is not feeling better, but becoming better. Swamiji, you said rethinking happiness, etc. I thought you will speak and give me some tips on happiness, some 5-point program of becoming happy, a few habits to become happy. You are talking something. I always talk sense. Actually, I am talking about happiness. You are not understanding it. I am talking about happiness because I want to become a better person is the royal path for happiness. Happiness perceived directly will be a great recipe for disaster. Whenever you pursue happiness directly, you are sure to miss it. These are not my words. The modern psychology is full of such statements. Happiness can never be pursued directly. It is philosopher Stuart Mill, John Stuart Mill, who said, moment you think about happiness, you will see that you are not. Moment you think about your happiness, you will see that you are not. Because there is someone who is more happy than you. That's enough for the cessation of your so-called happiness. Right or not? So, Stuart Mill said this. Moment you think about happiness, you will clearly see that you are not. All the research of psychologist Viktor Frankl proves this. Hundreds of research papers are available. They are saying it aloud, clear, that pursuing happiness is a great form of misery. More you want to become happy, more you will suffer. So, pursuit of happiness directly is always to miss happiness. Therefore, this is the right path. The one who wants to become happy, is he a better one or not? That is the question, most crucial question. Is he qualified to experience happiness or not? It is not that we are suffering with insufficient happiness. We are suffering with insufficient virtue. You are not suffering with insufficient happiness. You are suffering insufficient virtue. Able to understand what I am saying? The affliction is due to insufficiency of guna, charitra, character, virtue. Because you don't know all that, you are concluding it to be, I am suffering with some insufficient happiness. I want little more happiness. Dil mange more. Enna more, enda more adu. Buttermilk ille. Buttermilk is good. In California, Tamil more is always good. 2 glasses of it every day, I find it good. But this is English more. I want little more happiness because I see insufficiency. Nothing insufficient, full of happiness. As per Vedanta, Anando Brahma. Your very essence is happiness. You are not suffering because of the insufficiency of happiness itself, but we are all suffering because of the insufficiency of virtue. We are not better enough. Therefore, I want to become better is our mantra, which will materialize happiness, manifest happiness in us. Do you all like Rama? Are you devotees of Ramachandra? Yes. Of course, Rama is our king of our hearts. हम तो राम जी को राघवेंद्र सरकार बोलते हैं. I am used to that expression, Raghavendra Sarkar. He is our king, ruling our hearts. And the story of Ramachandra is given to us by Sri Valmiki, called Srimad Ramayana. Srimad Ramayana, the way it begins, the very opening, we have never understood. We suddenly think of Rama, we suddenly want to worship him, and with that excuse, grab something from him, as the American expression goes. I want to grab. I want to grab something from Rama. You are lost into that. But see the opening. Ramayana opens with this scene, wherein a great saint, Valmiki, is asking a celestial sage, inquiring from him about certain thing. Tapasvadhyaya niratam tapasvi vagvidam varam naradam paripapracha Valmikir muni pungavam. எல்லாருக்கு ஸ்லோகம் தெரியும். That's the problem. Because they know how to read and chant, they think we have understood the first line. This so-called chanting, so-called remembering and all that is nonsense if you forget the meaning. It is like the way we have by hearted that E is equal to MC square in 8th class. What difference it made? Still you married a wrong guy. With E is equal to MC square in head. What difference it made? Nothing. For this chanting, nothing. Useless. If your intention is not meaning. Buy a bucket, a vessel to collect some water. Not to keep it empty just like that. Empty vessels unnecessarily they make sound. And so many shlokas, empty shlokas making sound in your bosom is one more samsara. That is gnana bhasa, illusion of illumination. Empty shlokas, gada 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 gada, they are making sound inside. But now listen. Two saints are having the dialogue. And this Valmiki Maharshi is inquiring, jignasa, he is doing jignasa to know about someone. And the second shloka, Konvasti sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan kritagnyascha dharmagnascha. Thus goes up to 4th shloka. Evam vidham naram aham gnatum ichchami he mune bhavan samarthaha asi. You are very qualified. Hey Narada Bhagavan, please tell me about this Nara person, not Narayana. Person endowed with 16 qualities. Sampratam loke, right now, not pura, not in some Krita Yuga. Don't go to all those yugas and kalpas. Right now, Sampratam, asmin loke. In this world, the world with which I am acquainted, the world which I can see, I can go around in that world. Who is this person? Sampratam loke gunavan, man of character. Valmiki is not inquiring who is a mystic, who is a yogi. Kaha yogi, who is a mystic who can transfer spiritual energy through Bluetooth. This is not the inquiry. Those fellows will be of no help to human beings. A mystic is a mistake actually. A man of character, gunavan, viryavan, who has strength, dharmajnaha, the knower of dharma, kritagnaha, one who knows and ever contemplates about the good being done to him by others. Kritam yaha janati, one who is shining with gratitude. Like these 16 qualities, Sri Valmiki Muni enumerates and asks Narada, please tell me that person who is endowed with all this. I want to meditate on him. So, your Ramayana is telling you not to pursue some tantrika yoga, not to pursue some stupid meditation. but to pursue this, become a better person. Walking on the footsteps of Rama is not singing Rama bhajana, but to become a better person. Now go home and read all those 5 shlokas, opening 5 verses. If this is not the message, come tomorrow and ask me. People are getting distracted because of the so-called discourses, baseless discourses, which are only highlighting certain glory of a Mahatma, but they are not really telling us the way. And we are getting entertained by that discourse. We want some time pass, spiritual time pass. Why? Because the intention is not becoming a better person. Why? We have not recognized that there is some urge in us which is asking us to become a better person. Therefore, this must be ever remembered. I want to become a better person, not a happy person. If you are obsessed about that becoming a happy person, you will become a consumer. Consumerism will occupy your heart, not spirituality. Even in the name of spirituality, you will become a materialist. Ravana was that materialist. He was a religious materialist. All those fellows, Asura fellows, are highly religious people. Ravana does Trikala Sandhya. Do you know that? What is the proof? Gokarna is the proof. Otherwise, Atmalinga would have gone to Lanka. Why he got stuck at Gokarna Kshetra? Because this fellow wanted to do Sandhya Vandana. Enough? As a religious person, materialism, religious materialism. So we are coming back to same word again and again. Are you recognizing that urge in you? Don't accept this word from somebody. Because I said now, we want to become a better person. Now don't accept those 2 words from me. Rather, sit down quietly, find out, is there that urge which is impelling you, asking you, calling you, inviting you, suggesting something to become a better person. Moment you see even a glimpse of it, catch hold of that. Make it your mission. Not Brahma, Brahmajnana, Moksha, Kaivalya. They are above. We cannot even go there. Recently in one discourse I asked people, I think in Nashville, so many people have come. So then I asked, you are all interested in Brahmajnana, Moksha, etc. If Bhagavan were to come here suddenly and offers you Brahmajnana and wants you to go with him, how many of you are really ready? We are not. That's the reality. We are not. And nothing bad. Why should we unnecessarily claim that what we are not? Nothing bad. We are like this. We need few more steps. Let us enjoy them. That journey we should enjoy. But this must be our motto now. Our mission. I want to become a better person. Society also talks about these things. The entire self-help industry revolves around this word. Become a better person. Every psychiatric counseling is suggestive of this. Become a better person. So society also wants us to become a better person. Swamiji spirituality is also asking for the same. Maybe both are same. No. No. In a spiritual discourse, being and becoming a better person is something different. In the common people discourse, being a better person is something else. Society's image of a better person is the one who can communicate well with others, one who has the better ability of communication is a better person. If you can communicate well with your wife, with your husband, with your children, parents, you will be a better person. communication with the others. It makes you better. Whereas in spiritual domain, that is not enough. That is not enough. Here, he is a better person who can communicate with himself in a meaningful way, with oneself. Communication. Antasamvada. Antasamvada. The quality of that antasamvada determines whether we are better or not. I am not talking about some mystical experience which is possible only on the summits of Himalayas or in the caves of some Assam. I am talking your experience. Are you not talking to yourself regularly, right now, even now? Are you not talking to yourself? Now few of you are talking to yourself. Why is he asking like that? I know. Hear this carefully. So the spirituality is telling us that if you can communicate with yourself meaningfully, you will be a better person. Now I give you a take-home point. Peace, contentment and happiness, which is a common goal of entire humanity, knowingly, unknowingly, well directed, not that directed, well understood, misunderstood sometimes, yet peace, contentment and happiness is our goal. Shastras declare that peace, contentment and happiness, they do not depend on any amount of karma that you do. This is Vedanta. Na karmana, any amount of karma you do, that will not bring in peace by itself. That will not bring in contentment by itself. Will not bestow happiness upon you by itself. I want to do some meditation, Swamiji, for peace of mind. No meditation works. In fact, I tell people, meditation for peace of mind is a misconception. Peace of mind people can meditate is the right statement. Meditation for peace of mind, wrong. Peace of mind I have, what else now? Meditate. That's the way. But today, it's all market spirituality. They market in the name of peace of mind, etc. Catchy words. Entire industry. This industry, happiness industry I call it. Happiness industry is a multi-billion-dollar business. You must know that. Earlier, industry was limited to manufacturing some physical objects. Then slowly, beauty has become one industry called glamour industry, beauty industry. Now, the latest trend is happiness industry, full of ABC, apps, happiness apps. Download this app, which will track your happiness. My happiness, my wife is not able to track. What this app can track? But there are happiness apps. You have to download and pay regularly. Subscribe. Because you don't subscribe, your company where you work, they subscribe for you and they give that app to you regularly. Scroll. Some tips on happiness, tracking your happiness. Life must be lived, not scrolled. Happiness must be lived, not scrolled. But happiness apps, apps. Then B, beauty tips in the name of happiness. And C, concepts and courses, coaches for happiness. Who are you? He has learnt few slokas and few quotations, that's all. Who are you? I am a life coach. Life coach for whom? You have not understood your own life. You have become coach for somebody's life now. That has become a profession nowadays. So, peace is not possible by all of them. Remember, peace, contentment, happiness, PCH, they depend a lot, enormously, on nothing else but on your story that you tell yourself. It depends not on some external thing. It depends on your story that you tell yourself. The story which you don't tell any other person. The story and its line unknown even to the closest of the people. The storyline which is an enigma to your partner. The story which you constantly tell yourself. On that depends peace, contentment and happiness. Having come to the discovery of this fact, now comes another question. How many stories you are telling about yourself to yourself? How many stories you have about yourself? Swamiji making all complication. I thought you will give some nice dinner and ask us to leave and all. To eat dinner, you have to spend some energy. When you think, you will be spending good amount of energy. Thus you can eat well. Chapati irukku. To enjoy chapati, you need to spend some energy. I am making that happen now. How many stories you have? One story. I am born on April 1st and like that my story begins. Wait, don't conclude. Let it be open. Question for some time. Think. How many stories you have? And in how many worlds those stories are moving about? Having multiple stories about the one I is called samsara. Samsaram sonna wife, husband, and the madiri. Illa. Samsara means not some concrete object. By the blessings of Bhagavan and capacity of my body, my legs, etc., I have visited 20 countries so far. Around 20 countries. And my visit is always a deep one. It is not Patel visit. I go to every nook and corner, study different cultures, see different museums, go through different markets. Even though I don't buy, I go through all of them. I go to see what is selling, why people are buying this. Thus, I want to understand human psyche at this point of time. Like that I have my own way of entertaining myself. I have been to many countries across the continents. Nowhere I found some vastu, something really called samsara. Yeah, there is some body spray called samsara, a namesake. It is finally fragrance, that's all. But as such, I did not see anything called samsara. In Tamil Nadu, this is the expression when this person introduces his wife, he says, I am Bala Subramanian, ennodaya samsara. And she will also say, I am Bala Saraswati and this man is my samsara. Like that the introduction goes on. But that person has his own name, her own name. They are not samsaram. Appo samsaram enga irukkum. It is not an object to be found. It is in your head. It is an experience. People ask me, these Vedanta people, how to experience samsara so that we will see its stress on us. We want to get out. I want to experience samsara. You are already experiencing it, but you don't know that it is samsara. Samsara is having multiple stories about the one I, multiple stories and many versions of each story. We are slowly branching out now. Multiple stories. I is one. Multiple stories. Each story has different variations, versions. Altogether, this is called samsara. So, where is samsara? Wherever you are, wherever your story is, wherever you are telling your story to yourself, all that is samsara. Vedanta must always be understood in simple terms. It must not be understood with jargons and technical language. Simple terms. Otherwise, you cannot find those beautiful teachings of Vedanta working in your daily life. There remain few concepts, that's all. For many of us here, Vedanta is a concept. Brahma is a concept. Anando Brahma, one more concept. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, another concept. If we do not understand Vedanta with simple terms, if an Acharya is not explaining to you the Vedanta in simple terms, he is only maintaining the technical language filled with jargons. If he remains a gerund grinder always, then Vedanta will not work. You cannot see it in your daily life. They remain concepts. So Vedanta must make us content wise. We must become wise about the content of it, not about concepts of it. But we are today only concept wise. People know all the concepts. Moment they open their mouth, all Sanskrit terminology. They are not happy with simple words. Bada bada shabd chahiye. Complicated language. They think that is Vedanta. The language in Upanishads is like medical language. One should study all that and talk to the patients in a plain language. If a doctor decides, a physician decides that I will speak only Latin to you, I will inquire about your disease and I will diagnose it and I will tell you the report in Latin and Greek. Is that the way? He must read all that, but tell us in a plain language. So, too, Upanishadic language is meant for study, not for regular conversations. An Acharya is supposed to bring all that knowledge to us in simple terms, simple language, so that we can see it evident in day-to-day life. Now, I gave you one definition, having multiple stories and different versions of each story about the one and the only I. I said only, that is Tamil again. One and the only I is samsara. At least few of you are able to relate to it now. Oh, this is samsara, I do see that. I am always talking to me in the language of samsara. Like that you can understand now. Correct or not? If I leave away all this and I will simply tell you, ayam samsaraha kartrutva bhoktrutva sukhitva dukhitva abhimanatvena ihaloka paraloka gamanam. What did you understand? But people have some liking for some bombastic language. I know all those people have been teaching since ages. I know all these specimens. People like certain vocabulary, certain liking towards some bombastic language. Hence they are after that. That's again samsara. Ayam kartrutva bhoktrutva sukhitva dukhitva abhimanatvena ihaloka paraloka gamanam ayam samsaraha ityukte. What did you understand? Nothing. Therefore, leave away all that. Come to see this. Are you telling your stories to yourself? Yes, I do. Are there number of stories? Yes, I feel so. Then that is samsara. And upon this depends your peace, your contentment, your happiness, not on anything else. I think this is enough for today. Take with you these points, the most crucial points. Point 1, something in us which is urging us to become better. We should recognize and reiterate that on daily basis, point 1. Point 2, that is the foundation and the progress of spiritual life, that urge to become better. And the third one, peace, contentment and happiness entirely depends on the stories that I tell to myself about myself. If you remember these 3 points, with the help of these 3 points, we can clearly understand what exactly is that something called happiness, and is it possible to be happy really. Let us look into all that tomorrow when we meet. Also, we will practice some meditation tomorrow, which can become a support to understand all this Vedanta. I am so happy to be here. As I told you, after 12 years I came here. In 2013 I gave few discourses on Shri Rudram at Kalyan's residence. They have become so popular on YouTube. Still today, many people want to see me, want to come to me because of those lectures. So this has been such place, a place wherein great revelations happen. So I am happy that we could understand, we could prepare a right ground for appreciating happiness and to invite happiness, rather to discover happiness in our life. God bless all of you. Let us conclude. Swarajya samrajya vibhutiresha bhavat krupa shri mahima prasadat prapta maya Shri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.